People often think that wellness is more in terms of physical health, which includes nutrition, exercise, weight management, etc. But we all know that it's so much more than just the physical aspect. Wellness it incorporates both the physical, mental, and the spiritual well-being, which fuels our body, it engages our mind, and nurtures the spirit. And it's more about, I think, living life fully, living an abundant life. Now, did you know that for those of us in the helping profession and the healthcare industry, like we all are part of, wellness is a professional as well as a personal responsibility? Or you might say, why? Well, in order to ensure a very high quality of patient and client services, we have an ethical obligation to attend to our own health and our own well-being so we can serve others better. Well, on the Be Smart Hub, we make a conscious effort to include regular wellness sessions. And today we will be engaging with our very own in-house wellness coach, Ms. Bhavna Sahu, our marketing manager, who will share with us valuable tips in her session, which is titled Heal Thyself. I'd like to introduce Bhavna a little bit here because all of us know her as our marketing manager. She's experienced in the healthcare management team for the last 13 years, but there's a lot more about her that we can know. She's been a holistic healing enthusiast. That's the title that she holds for the last 20 years. And I was so happy when I heard that. And we always look for these sort of engaging topics on the Be Smart Hub. And I'm so glad, Bhavna, that you said yes to this. And as part of her work, she boasts about the benefits of breath work, meditation, and she also does intuitive energy work with everything and everyone that she crosses paths with. She's a certified pranic healer from the World Pranic Healing Foundation with more than 10 certifications in energy healing through colors, crystals, psychotherapy, yoga, and more. Furthermore, she has learned spiritual business management, psychic self-defense, and the dynamics of Feng Shui as well. She can help you get your directions right and your defenses strong. Recently, I also saw a post on LinkedIn where she's got a certification with the Access Bar Practitioner. And I was so curious and I asked her, Bhavna, tell me more. What is this about? So this is a modality that uses points on the head to release electromagnetic charge of thoughts, feelings, emotion, and points of view that no longer serve you. So it's almost like decluttering your mind or taking out the trash. She's also very involved in helping women with postnatal depression, and she runs a small community group that helps uplift one mama at a time. And that is just so cool, Bhavna. And I'm so glad that you come to share this knowledge with us. And thank you again for saying yes on being here. Welcome.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Dr. Fateh, for letting me do this. I want everyone to, just take a moment and close their eyes. Of course, this wellness session has to start with some breathing, right? So take a moment and close your eyes and follow my instructions. So I can't see. Yeah. All right. So just take a long, deep breath. And when you breathe, ensure that when you're taking the breath, your belly is coming out. So take a deep breath, like your belly should come out. Pause for a second and then release the breath. Take a deep breath again. And breathe out. Take another long, deep breath. Absorb all the positive energy in the environment. Breathe out. Leave all your worries, all your regrets with this out breath. We'll take one last deep breath and inhale all the blessings, all the positive energy that universe is giving us today. And breathe out all the negative energy, all the trauma, all the stress that we have been storing in our mind, in our body, and in our soul. Taking your time, you can open your eyes. I'll say Atma Namaste. That's what we say in pranic healing. We are all one soul and a part of a divine light. So I salute the divinity within all of you, and let's begin healing ourselves. You can all think of yourself as a point of light and connect with each other. So the download would be more. So healing self. Sorry, this usually happens. Just give me a minute. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I think the healing has already begun since you are a part of the session. Let me quickly take you to the agenda. The agenda is to heal ourselves. We will look into some little feelings. Of course, healing is a long-term process. It's an everyday thing, but we'll quickly look into certain things that can help us heal today, and we can follow it as we go. So we'll look into our feelings. And as a matter of fact, I'm named, so these are basically different synonyms of my name, Bhavna. So that means feelings, thoughts, energy, not so much my name synonym, but yeah, I'm trying to make it that. Forgiveness, again, it's an emotion, so definitely. And we will also talk about virtues, not my synonym, but this is something interesting that we will learn today. And self-love. What I want from all of you is to be aware when we go through each and every slide, aware about yourself. Don't think about the next person sitting and how they are doing or how they're breathing or how everybody is looking on the screen. Just be aware of what's going on with you. Have this observership of the things that we talk about in the session, and give yourself some allowance. So be receptive. We are all like a, cup. So if the cup is already full, you will not receive, you will feel like, what is this? I mean, I already know these things. But if you'll keep your cup empty, you will allow more and more things to come in, and you will find a different perspective, an interesting perspective from my point of view and the others in the session. So keep an open mind, and also do not believe everything and all of that you hear today. You can test it and use whatever tools that you find today with whatever suits you. All right, so let's begin. Now, I want you to look at this question and think about it. What is that one thing that you truly, deeply desire? Now, think about this question through the session. Keep your answer, and whenever you find time, put it in the chat box. Sharon will be collecting these deep desires that you have. Yeah, you can keep it nice and naughty, both. It has to be fun session. Yeah, wellness is all about fun. It's not like going into the mountain and sitting and breathing. No. So let's talk about feelings, as I said in the agenda. Now, feelings can okay, let's see how we are feeling today. Can you all put in how are you feeling right now? Dr. Adil was saying, if I close my eyes, I'll sleep. Dr. Adil, hope you're not sleeping. Let me know your feelings. Anyone feeling tired? It's Thursday, we've been working through the day. Anyone feeling hungry? Maybe you skipped your breakfast.
Yeah, we have lots of answers coming in, Bhavna, and I'm
Yeah.
going to read them out to you. So there's excited, awesome, relaxed, worried, hungry. Oh, there are more than two people hungry. Energetic, feeling calm and peaceful, feeling blessed.
Chandra come last night with bradycardia and
Oh, just a moment.
tension and the potassium second point of eye.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Excited and tired, happy, energetic as usual, excited, happy, blessed, and sleep more, says Sapna.
All right. So those are all our feelings. Yeah, I don't need to mention much. Now, let's do an exercise. Some problem with the slideshow, I'm sorry. So this is one tool that I'm giving you today. Imagine a box. We all have these boxes from the deliveries, right? Imagine any of the Noon box, Gibson's box, whatever you have. And don't put it on your head like this, though. The idea is to make it reverse. You know, we're going to make this guy reverse and put all the feelings, and it could be a girl also. Imagine this box, maybe next to you, and imagine all your feelings going into the box. So this box, so imagine if this is your feeling of being tired, okay? Some of the people who can do energy work, they can even assess how much you are feeling tired. So like, let me see, I'm feeling this tired. So I'm going to grab it and put it in my box. Yeah. So grab and throw whatever you're feeling, whatever you said in the chat box, we're grabbing and throwing, and I'm putting all that was in the chat box and grabbing and feeling. So this is, if you're feeling hungry, if you're feeling sleepy, whatever that was, you know, when you have felt that feeling when I asked that question. Now, after throwing it, you can use your theatrics and do that and, you know, throw, and maybe there is a dustbin and you want to throw it there. So now, just for a moment, close your eyes, or without closing your eyes, observe how are you feeling now after throwing it. I hope you threw it. Is it still there with you? Maybe you didn't try harder. Thank you, Anne. I was looking for that answer. Of course, some of the feelings would definitely be with you. If you're super tired, it will be there with you. It's not that easy to. I agree, Mr. Christos. I'll get you a bigger box. But visualization matters. So as big a box you want, you know, all the garbage bins in the world. All right. So let's get to an interesting fact. So Sharon did mention in my introduction, access consciousness, we can talk about in detail in any other session, but this is a very important tool from that particular organization, and I would like to mention them the credit for. So every time you're feeling something, specifically for those people like Sharon or Mr. Christos or Chris who said that, you know, that feeling is still there, just ask yourself, who does it belong to? Does it really belong to you? It can also be about the hunger, right? You might have had full breakfast and you came in here, but then you're still feeling hungry. So maybe the person sitting next to you, this is the time to look at them. Maybe they are feeling that. And this happens, and I have observed that this is happening quite a lot in, you know, especially in healthcare. Why? Because, you know, we as doctors, as caregivers, as nurses, you meet so many patients, you go through so many different emotions. There is childbirth, which will bring happiness. There is so much pain to bring the child that will bring so much of sadness, and so much pain in you also. You can feel that much pain, and there is grief, and you can absorb that grief. And I mean, people are coming here with the sort of sick feeling. They are sick, they are having cold, cough. That's not a good feeling, right? So all of those feelings are around this environment, and it happens everywhere. Like we go home with a stressed mind and we take that feeling with us, and then we shout at our spouse or our kids. But that feeling, and then it goes to them, and then they are shouting at you. So you have to always have that awareness, observe who does this feeling belong to, because 98% of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions do not belong to you. So like I said, the person next to you might be hungry or might be tired, and you're catching up a good feeling. Everybody in the, I was speaking to someone, and everybody maybe in the department is talking something negative. You also, maybe you're super positive and you also start talking negative, like, oh, this is happening. Oh, my boss is really doing this. Oh, he's doing this to this person. That is why I'm angry with my boss. But he or she is not doing that to you. So always observe, and this is how you can break that pattern of getting into the negative side, because mind is very, very funny. Like, because we always follow our logical mind, it will tell you stick to the negative part. Be in the misery of it. Dwell in it. You will get that nice thing and you will chew it and get into depression. And then we'll go to Dr. Radha. That's good revenue generation, but yeah, sorry for this. Yeah. All right. Did it make sense? You can always comment if it's not making sense. I would love to know your thoughts. Sorry, whenever I open the chat, the PPT stops working. So I'm going to keep it closed. But Sharon, please help me with it if you can. Yeah.
Yes, surely.
Yeah. So I hope the things made sense. If not, try it for a bit. Try this maybe through the whole day today. Whenever you're feeling something, observe your feeling. It just takes a second. It doesn't take the whole world. So observe that feeling, and maybe in the meetings, observe that feeling and who does that belong to. And before we get to there, like you will ask me, what do we do with it? So you just say, return it to the sender. So whoever is giving you that grief, return it back to them. Or just say, erase, disintegrate, send it back to the universe, or maybe transmute it into positive energy. So you will see the difference if you believe in it. It's all about faith and hope. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the next part. So thoughts. Like I said, another synonym of my name. So are you all ready to close your eyes again and get into sleep? I hope so. I mean, everybody needs extra sleep, right? Don't sleep. But let's see, often when, I speak to people and then, why don't you meditate? So I can't meditate. It's not my cup of tea. I get so many thoughts. This is the most common misconception that people have about meditation. Meditation is not about not getting thoughts. It's about understanding your thoughts and then actually making use of them. Now I'll tell you, this is something called as art of meditation, and trust me, I paid a lot to learn this, so please pay attention. So if you see your thoughts, maybe let me ask Sharon this. Sharon, can you tell me what are the thoughts that are currently in your mind?
Oh, yes, Bhavna. Well, next week I'm on vacation for a week with the family, and that's been on my mind. It's a happy thought, and I'm looking forward to spending this vacation that we're all looking forward to. So that's running in my head.
Okay. What else?
I suddenly remembered that we had a winner on the Be Smart Hub who was on off, and I still have her patchy hamper. So that just came to me suddenly.
All right. Okay. And any thoughts of buying the groceries?
No, but I was thinking if I have written what was the plan for dinner on the fridge, because I do that.
All right. So we have all these thoughts, right? We have always, all the time, and specifically when you sit on meditation, you get all of these thoughts. I want to, like, let's say you said you're going on a vacation. So you'd be thinking, where are my tickets? Have I packed enough? And specifically us moms, like, have I packed all the things for the kids? Is there going to be enough food, enough water, this, that, all of that? All of these things are related to that particular thing, which is travel or your vacation, right? So these are basically your planning. So when you look at these thoughts and put it into the bucket, that is what I call here as connected thoughts. So you can divide your thoughts into connected and disconnected. And connected thoughts are the thoughts which are basically all about the planning. But the disconnected thoughts are like you're sitting here and planning all those things, and suddenly you remember, oh, I forgot to put that thing on the fridge. Oh, I forgot to, maybe I forgot to lock the door of my car. Right? Oh, I forgot. I haven't put the parking ticket. Often happens to us, right? So those are disconnected thoughts. Like you're doing something and it's disconnected. So usually how you, and 99% of times, why I'll say that, because I gave parking example, you cannot not act upon them. So 99% of the times, all your connected thoughts, if you act upon them, they will bring results. So currently, if you're working for a meeting and then all of the thoughts that are coming to you, a very interesting author who talks about getting things done, he says, have a diary called as brain dump and put every connected thought or any and every thought over there divide it into what things you need next actions on, and then, start acting on it. That should go to your to-do list. So these are the thoughts that will bring you results. So this is how you can filter your thoughts. When you sit in meditation, and if you do an art of meditation program, they even tell you how to, materialize these thoughts. Disconnected thoughts, apart from the parking thought, like, you can't do anything about it if you have not put it on the fridge right now. I mean, maybe you'll have to call your husband or somebody at home to do that for you. And if it is not so important, you can reserve it for later. Right now, if you're focusing on Be Smart Hub, you can focus on Be Smart Hub rather than replying to that email. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So this is how you can manage your thoughts. You can manage even your to-do list. You can even, achieve better results, better productivity. So you might be thinking how this is related to healing. So how do you think it is related to healing? If you're more productive, you feel more better, you feel you have achieved a lot. So you don't get into the distress of, I'm not able to do this thing, I cannot manage it, right? So that is what will always help you heal it. It doesn't has to be just sitting and doing meditation. So like I said, this actually relates to what kind of life you want to live. If you want to live a messy life, you can be entwined in your different varied thoughts and live messy. You can live a mediocre life where some of it is arranged and some of it is not managed. Like, I'm not good at time management, but I can do this project and, do the rest of the things. Or you can master it. You can live a life of mastery, and you can read as many books on mastery from Robin Sharma and see so many videos about it. I don't need to speak about it, but yes, all these things add to mastery. And most of the books, they give example of CEOs and people like Elon Musk and how they have achieved those masteries. So that's so easy. Just connect it and disconnect it, and you can connect with them and disconnect with them. Hope that made sense. Let's get to the next part. I couldn't find my animation here, otherwise that would be definitely me. So emotions. I hope everybody is with me. I have okay, somebody's talking about breakfast. Don't make me hungry, I'll catch a feeling. All right, so emotions might seem similar to feelings, but it's more and more in depth. So that's why, like, of course, emotions are similar to feelings, but let's see, let's delve a little deep into how we can manage our emotions. And again, how does it help you heal? Because healing is all about your emotions, right? If you're sad, you will get depressed. If you're happy, you will live a better life. There is no other simple way to say this. So let's do a simple Q&A, I would say. Okay. So anybody feeling angry right now? Nobody? Wow. My session is working, Sharon.
Definitely. Oh, Rohit says.
Rohit, sir. Good. See, one thing I wanted to say, like anger, or there is a full plethora of emotions, and me and Sharon were discussing, like, how there is a full Plutnik chart, right, Sharon?
The Plutnik model.
Eulogy model. So please Google this. And when I saw it, I was like overwhelmed. So I didn't put it here. So just I'm in happiness and sadness only. Yeah, I like simplicity. So so Rohit here is feeling angry, and who here is feeling calm? Sharon, Chris.
Okay.
And who here is feeling worried? Alice is calm. My session working, yeah. Bhaskar is okay. Sapna. Okay, so that's for worried, right? Bhaskar and Sapna. Dr. Anusha or calm. Adli. Okay. So the people who are feeling angry, maybe Rohit can Me as I have meeting with CEO. So Rohit, can you tell us how is your breathing pattern right now? If you see, like, morning we did an exercise and I tried to calm the breathing and pace it. But yeah, how do you feel when you're angry? How's your breathing? Heavy, yes. And Sharon, how is your breathing when you're calm?
It's I think shallow. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not very deep or opposite of heavy, I guess. Yeah.
Sapna, and how would you describe your breathing based on your emotion currently? Dr. Dua, Adley. Normal, yes. Nice and calm. That works for me as Sapna is nice and calm today. See, so many people are nice and calm and fine. Rohit sir, I am sending you blessings. I'm glad. I think my session is working. So guys, the answers are right here. So the answer is with our breath. When you're angry, when you're angry, worried, or towards the negative side of the emotions, which we tend to always go, like I said, mind always shifts to the negative part of it. 75% of the times you might be breathing heavily, your breathing might not even be we only breathe 33% of the capacity of our lungs. We don't even breathe in fully. And when you're happy, you're breathing calmly. You don't even know you're breathing, right? Most of the times, but you're breathing calmly. You don't even have to be aware. But sometimes what happens in anxiety, we think we are out of breath. We just can't breathe, right? That's what we say. Or suddenly grief strikes you and then you think I can't breathe, right? So our breath affects our emotions and our emotions affect our breath. They go all along. So how do you control it? Do you want to control it? I learned a very nice lesson from Sharon actually yesterday. So credit to her. We should not control it. We should navigate through it because you can't control it. If you're feeling grief, if you control it, it will come out in something else. And if you're feeling sad, it will come out in something else. So you have to, again, acceptance, awareness, and allowance, and observe what you're feeling, and then how you can mitigate it or navigate is through breathing. So Rohit sir, if you will take a couple of deep breaths before going to Dr. Fateh's office, you will be calmer. And because you will be calmer, Dr. Fateh will catch your feeling and he will be calmer. But if you go with that anger in your mind, he will catch that feeling. I hope that will help. So simply breathe in and breathe out, and skillfully. So when I say skillfully, I demonstrated one method of breathing at the beginning, but you can go into more details. And this is something called as pranic breathing, or pranic or prana is basically life force energy. Prana is energy. So basically when you breathe, if you have time, you can put your hand in your heart. So sorry, medical people, heart chakra, not the actual heart. So you can put your hand on the heart and the other hand, like the right hand on your belly, left on the heart. Left is connected to heart, medical reasons as well. Yeah. So you can breathe in, and this we teach in prenatal yoga. You breathe in, just expand your tummy so much that this hand is, going out. And then you breathe out and just squeeze the whole thing like Ramdev Baba, if you know him. Your tummy should just get sucked in, sucked in, sucked in, sucked in, and then release. But how you do it, you count 7 times. So if you want to do it with me, we can all do it. You can close your eyes, put your hands like this, and you can do 1, 2, 3. It should not be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. And back again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This was still faster. I'm a bit hyperactive. So you can do it lower. And those who have Apple Watches, you have this Breathe app in your phone. Just follow the flower. Beautiful app. Smart technology. Let's get to the next part. I hope this helps you. This is very, very important and interesting part that I wanted to introduce all of you to be. So virtues are something that are taught in pranic healing as a way of life, as a way of living life, or it's actually called as baby steps towards spirituality, but people think, I mean, let's not get into that. It can go into different meanings. So I've just named it as baby steps towards living life as it's meant to be. And this is good for us as well as for others. So the whole principle is based on what you do to others will come back to you, karma, or whatever you want to receive, you have to give. Yeah. But how do you live your daily life and do all of this in different aspects of life? So the first virtue that I'm going to talk about, and that is loving kindness and non-injury. And all of these virtues are about our thoughts, words, actions. So loving kindness is basically kindness. Now, the kindness that you're feeling, it should also not be because of because you want to get something out of it, right? So and sorry, we're going to get a little spiritual, so just hang on with me if this is not something for you. But this is how, like, I think everybody would agree, this is how we should live our life. We should be loving and kind to everybody. We would like people to be loving and kind to us, right? So that's all about loving and being kind in our thoughts. And thoughts are most important. If we're thinking bad things in our thoughts and then our action is being kind, it nullifies it. It just nullifies it. In spiritual world, I mean, they say that it is totally nullifying it, but you can see it. Like, it will not work. Like, if you're faking it, people will get it, right? So your thoughts, then it comes through your mouth. So the words and the actions. So maybe you are, doing the thoughts and the words and not doing any action. The other person is not that receptive, doesn't understand you're even being loving and kind. Yeah. So it has to come in actions. The reverse of it is actually non-injury, or so-called. So when you're being loving and kind, you also have to look into that you're not injuring everybody. Sometimes you will have to tell somebody, okay, like for in our work environment, you're not doing well, this is going to harm you. So you're doing it, but do it in a way that doesn't harm that person, that doesn't put up a scar in that particular person. So that's all about non-injury, and I will put up a link wherein you can read more in detail about this later on. This one is very interesting. So generosity, of course, it's sort of kindness, but this is all about money and items and materialization. So if you want more money, you have to give more money. So be generous. Yeah. And it's not like go bankrupt. We will come to something, but it's called as like 10% of your income should go to different people, different charities, this, that, and all of that, so that your bank account will always be full. And non-stealing. So generosity is pretty understandable, again, in thoughts, words, and actions. And non-stealing. So non-stealing. So has anybody stole anything here? Can somebody be very gullible here and tell me, and be a little honest and tell me if you have stole something recently? Food. Okay. So like I said, thoughts, words, and actions. In terms of actions, like Chris said, he has stolen food. In terms of words, what can you steal? Sometimes you're stealing somebody else's work and telling that this is mine, right? So that's, again, goes into non-stealing. So you should follow non-stealing, right? In terms of words. And what are the thoughts? Sometimes we steal affection. It is meant to be for somebody else, but we try to pitch in there and act all goody about it and steal that affection. So that also causes stealing. So if you go deep in it, I mean, you will feel like, oh my God. So that, and I'll give you some quick things that you think is actually non-stealing, but it is stealing. Like, I think Sharon, can you add on what all, you were in hotel industry? Can you tell me what all people take from the from their stays?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I can tell you stories, Bhavna, but I think, I mean, just now when you asked me that, I can think about one incident where we had one of the guests who stole a vase from the lobby. So yeah, that was quite
lobby.
Awkward
Okay.
speaking to them. Yes.
That was quite daring. Okay, but usually people are like, okay, I am using it, and all those shampoos, and we even have it in the hospital. We have Bulgari for the VIP room, so definitely people are tempted to take it. And we see it like with the influencers, and sorry if we have influencers people here, but they are all in for the goodie bags, goodie bags, goodie bags. All they come in for goodie bags, but if it is not meant for them, like there was this lady in our recent mall activation. She's like, give me 17 bags. I'm like, what for? Like 17 bags. So like, that's also a form of stealing, because she's taking more than what she requires, or she's taking more than, she's just saying something in terms of thoughts or words. She has something else in her mind, and then she's taking it. So maybe she's giving it to her gardener, showing her generosity there, but it's not going to work. It is stealing. It also goes with all the pirated versions of softwares we use. It also goes with all the movies that we download and see without permission. It is actually stealing, because those actors, those producers, directors have worked hard enough to make those movies and put their, sweat and blood into it. So if you do torrent, remember karma. Yeah, and this is related to money. So yeah, that's where the spiritual business management and prosperity healing comes in. Practice non-stealing, practice generosity. Let's move on. I can keep going on about this. Accurate perception and correct expression. So what is accurate perception? Now, if I tell something to Marlies, and let's say I tell her, Marlies, I can't see you, I'm sorry, but any which ways, if I tell Marlies, you're looking super ugly today. Sorry, Marlies, I can't see you. Yeah, just an example. And she perceives it as like, how can she say that to me? And she has no right, even though she's my friend, she's my colleague, she has no right to say that to me. And that particular point will also get stuck with her, that always we stick to the negative and hold on to it also. So it will stick with her, and she will always perceive that Bhavna always tells these negative things. However, if I say, or I perceive like, Marlies, you're wearing a beautiful, I don't know what she's wearing right now, but you're wearing this beautiful turquoise blue jacket, and I love it. And then she will always hold on to that good feeling. And most of all, even if she thinks that maybe even I'm lying, she'll feel good about it. So, however, this might not be seeming, this is actually not a very right example of accurate perception and correct expression. I'll get to it. But I wanted to get to this point wherein, again, I'm talking about like, what you're saying in terms of your thoughts, words, and actions has a direct impact on the perception as well as how you're expressing it. If I'm too dramatic about it, like, no, this is very bad and this and that, it will seem very bad. And then you move it, if you're telling this in group, yes, the same thing will go on and on. Yes, this is very bad. You're not doing it right. It just keeps moving on, so you have to break that cycle. That's where the healing comes in. So accurate perception and correct expression, something in work terms quickly. So for example, if I've been given a task, if I do not perceive it accurately, I cannot deliver it correctly. So you have to accurately perceive it, again and again ask if you are supposed to do the same thing. Let's say I have to deliver this report. I have to ask what time to what time. Do you need this? Do you need that? And then I correctly express it. I give it in the right terms, right? I hope that was good. Moderation and non-excessiveness. So everything we do, including spirituality, including indulging into Netflix or other things I'm not going to name, and even working for that matter, you need moderation in it. If you're working like 15-20 hours just here, and that's where all the balancing and all of that we talk about, but you can do it, and you have to see how you can moderate what you're doing. So moderation and non-excessiveness is one of the virtues that we need to practice every day in, day out, and every second of our lives, to see where we are overdoing things and where we are underdoing things. And that helps us live our lives better. Non-excessiveness, again, the same thing. And it could be into multiple things. Over-exercising is not good. Overeating is not good. We all know our not goods and goods. Lastly, constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness. So these are all related, of course, somehow or the other. But you see, like if you're supposed to, while we are saying that if we need results, we need to have our constancy of aim and effort. That's where they say, if you have to, get effects of meditation, do it for 21 days, then 45 days. If you have to get the real results of any exercise or yoga, you need to do it for certain days. So if you have to learn something, like if I have learned all this healing and if I don't do the healing, I'm not going to be a healer. I am just going to be with those certificates. So you need that constancy of aim, what you want to do, and the effort to do that. And of course, non-laziness. If you're just sitting in the sofa and watching Netflix, the healing can't happen. And there are different techniques to purge it. And because we talked about healing ourselves, so let me tell you a technique. So some of you might have whiteboards in your office, right? But if you don't have, visualize your computer as your whiteboard. In terms of these virtues, you can do this later. We'll not do it now since we are pressed on time. So you think of the things that you do in these categories, put it in that board, and then put everything. You can every day do this. Put every day at the end of the day, just put everything that you did based on these virtues, or what you did right and what you did wrong, and pat yourself. First, think of good things and pat yourself on the back, and then the things that you would want to do it differently, like not want to do it but want to do it differently, put them there, wipe them off with the duster board. You can do it physically if you have a whiteboard, or you can do it, but you can definitely do this and you'll see a healing effect. Let's quickly move on. Self-love, often too talked about, but not understood properly. And even I have started understanding it a little bit now. So what is self-love? It's basically, like I said, you can only give from what you have. You can't go to your neighbor and pick up love and give to your other neighbor, right? So you need to love yourself in order to love others or give love to others. Often we think we are selfish, we want this for us, but we are still lacking love. Anybody here thinks that they're selfish and they still lack love? There would be many. I know you might not want to. So how do you love yourself? First, be receptive. As moms, as dads, as a father, brother, we are just giving. We just want to give our time, money, this, that. Where is the receiving? So be receptive. When you will have that, okay, I'm ready to receive. Just say this, I'm ready to receive. You will start receiving the love. Also, don't complain. For example, often, like I always complain to my husband, you never buy me flowers. I love flowers. Then I gave up on it. And now every week I order myself flowers and I feel so happy about it. In Feng Shui, we say, if you have $2, buy one bread with $1 and buy flowers with others, because one will bring you energy for the tummy and the another energy for the soul. So if you are thinking that somebody is not giving you something, go get it yourself. Know your worth. Don't let others decide it for you. Don't let anybody tell you that you are not worthy enough for this. You can manifest anything and everything in the world. So if you're feeling unworthy today, know your worth. And be kind to yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Moderation and non-excessiveness. Sorry, I'm moving faster. So how do you heal thyself? The objective achieved. You have to forgive. Now, often people ask me, how do you forgive? I'll just quickly show a slide next. So you know a simple thing that you can do, and then you can forgive others. Something which is important is like you have to let it go. If you keep holding on to it, it's not benefiting you and it's not affecting the other person. So, forgive and don't shut the doors. Like be open to receive forgiveness as well. Sometimes we are not able, we're just living in our own guilt and not able to forgive ourselves. You can listen to music. You can heal yourself through that. Listen to that. Tithing I spoke about, like 1/10 of your income that you can donate, and then you will receive more than that. Medicate. We often, a lot of us have burnt out, but we think like, we don't want to get into a medication. We don't want to get into Xanax. We don't want to get into an addiction. But if that small 5 mg or 1 mg of medication can help you uplift yourself and then get back on your feet, always, and as a healer, I would say, always go to the doctor first, understand what is your disease, and then seek any other things. So medication is important, not over medication, moderation. Balancing act. So define your priorities. I gave you tools to do that. Release all the trauma and drama that you've been holding on to, and take the holistic support for that. You can use crystals, Ayurveda, healing, yoga, meditation. Everything has some additional impact on how you can get better, how you can heal yourself. So don't think it's not for me. Don't shut the doors. Try it. At least try it, test it, and then see if it's for you or not for you. Everything might not be for you. Self-love, like I said, treat yourself first, follow your passions, take out some time to play that guitar that's been rusting out. That's for me. Medicate and meditate, both. Do some energy work. You can learn different modalities. Phone a friend or a family member every day so that you keep being connected to who you are and appreciate like how many people love you. And learn a new skill or read a good book. All those things you can do for yourself. I think I talked most about it, so later you can see this in the presentation. But yeah, if you're physically feeling drained, sleep, do a workout, take breaks, eat well. If you're emotionally drained, keep positive notes, they help. Take affirmations, so much available online and on Instagram. Appreciate somebody, it will give yours the kindness feeling in you, and it will help you this thing. And this I've taken from one of my boss's presentation, and you should use the lenses reverse, long and wide. And it's very important. You see it from different perspective, and usually if it's a situation, pull yourself out of the situation, see it from that perspective, how you can mitigate it, navigate it. Put some mental effort, block your disturbances, do not disturb modes, focus on your PCs, focus on modes on your phones can help you to manage your times and set your goals and achieve constancy of aim and effort. Spiritual effort, of course, like we talked about, you can meditate, follow the virtues, yoga, prayer, blessings. Forgive, you can take a screenshot of this. It's a small prayer that you can do 7 times for a person, and it definitely works, guys. So, and it more than forgiving somebody else, it helps you forgive yourself. So you can take a screenshot or later take it from us. Last thing that I want you to do is not right now, but this is the last to do thing, and you should definitely do it if you benefited a little from my session. You should write a eulogy. Might sound very, very grave, but you should sit and take some time out and write your own eulogy. Like, what would you want people to say at your grave when you die? Remember, who will cry when you die? It will give you, death is such a beautiful thing. Nobody would have said this, but when you see death, you get into the perspective, get into the present moment, and you understand what you're here to live life for. So try it. Not today, but someday, but do try it. I've done this as an exercise. I cried heavens, but it brings you back to focus. If you're looking for who am I, what am I doing here, this is the exercise to do. Gratitude. I spoke a lot about gratefulness, but today, do this. And this you should do today, maybe right after this session. Share your gratefulness with someone, write an appreciation, and do it one-on-one. You don't have to show the world. Just do it one-on-one. If you can speak to thoughts, words, and actions, but I would say words and actions. So please write an email of gratitude. Today, we should each of us should be getting one great gratitude email. So I hope when I do my next session, we can count on these emails, and maybe you can tell Sharon how many gratitude emails you got. Yeah, so we are counting on you, each one of you, to share your gratefulness with someone today at work. And you can also send it to somebody else outside. I would rather say do one for work and one for outside. Even you can send it to your husband, wife, mother, father. Call or meet someone you have not met in a long time. We always forget our parents and then we call them once a week. Just call them. It will show you a different shift in things. So that's all from my end. Thank you. I hope your healing has already begun. Atma Namaste.
Namaste, Bhavna. Thank you very much for sharing all of this. And I think on everybody's behalf, I would like to appreciate you. And we are so grateful that you took this opportunity to share this with us. I know there's a lot of preparation that goes behind it. You took the time to make this happen and share it with all of us. We were 156 participants over here, and I'm sure everybody benefited in some way or the other. And I also see that there's so much more that we can learn from you. There's so much of depth in what you were saying. And I definitely will be reaching out to you for more sessions on the Be Smart Hub. And thank you so much for that and for doing this today. And as
Thank
Bhavna
you.
said, we have a challenge for everybody, the gratitude challenge. So one positive gratitude for someone at work, and one gratitude for somebody in your family, your friend circle, anywhere. So that's a challenge for you. I'm sure we can all do it, and we are counting on you to do that. So that's all in the Be Smart Hub, your weekly learning updates. And I'll see you not the next week, but the following week. And in the meantime, have a wonderful day and take very good care of yourself. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavna.